Alright. Hello. Alright, pardon my voice here, I'm getting a little sick. Um, what we're doing today is Dragons of Norrath progression. I'm on tier 3 right now. I know I'm jumping into this right into the middle, um, but it's been a while since I put anything together, so we're going to go ahead and just jump right into where I'm at here. Um, so the server I'm on right now is Lockjaw. Um, the current expansion is Depths of Dark Hollow, so this content is actually one expansion behind. However, because this group of expansions, there really is no level cap increase. There is some gear increase, but it really isn't um, that great. As you can see, this is still Omens of War gear that I'm using, mostly the Epic 2.0. This piece, I believe, is actually, yeah, you can see um, Depths of Dark Hollow because it's based on level 72 stuff. But a lot of the gear I'm using is still Omens of War and such. Um, Things like that. In fact, I've even got um, some really old stuff from like goats and things here. So, um, just a quick overview. This is the Draka UI that I'm using, that I've got set up. Um, I like it a lot spell wise. Life tap, fire, fire, magic, magic, life tap dot, disease, snare, and root. Um, I've got some shadow orbs already built up, and that comes from the spell soul orb or shadow orb. The same spell essentially. Level 61 you buy with Ebon crystals. Level 69 is a reward from when you kill Emoosh. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but he's the dragon you kill, or the boss that you kill at the end of tier 2, just before tier 3, which is what we're doing right now. So tier 3 starts off with these, well, it's three quests. The first one is killing water servants in Stillmoon, which is pretty easy. I just finished that up, so now we're doing Snowfoot goblins here in the Ascent. So you can see right up there is Snowfoot goblin. I've passed many goblins on the way down, but they are not Snowfoot goblins. So Snowfoot goblins start about right here and go all the way up to the top. So we're going to have to kill some of these other things. These are all light blue, so this won't present much of a challenge. Some of the very nice AAs from Depths of Dark Hollow. You can see Gift of Mana just procced there a second ago. It's a nice one to have. So the main point here is not how I'm killing them. You can kill them however you want, but what they are and where they are. So these are the Snowfoot goblins. Like I said, on the way up, you've got some Ascent goblins. That is not what you want. We want the Snowfoot goblins here. And just like the water servants of the Stillmoon Temple that we just did in the first part of this, the goblins here, a lot of them are healers, so it makes doing more than one mob super fun. Like I said, it's not especially difficult, which is why I'm not really trying to stun or anything. I'm not real worried about dying here. Well, I don't get a gator. It's alright. It's not too far away. So a couple of tools I'm using here. The branch in my hand is the Epic 2.0 Death Whisper. Quite got it upgraded to 2.5 yet. The little clicky I used over here is just my Omens of War breastplate. Brightbringer's tunic, which does increase dot damage for about a minute, and then it's got about a 5-minute cooldown. That was more annoying than I intended it to be. But like I said, never really in danger of dying. It did take a lot more mana than I wanted it to, but these don't really take a lot of mana anyways, so not too worried about it. Alright, moving on. Stormguard comes from this ring picked up. You know, I'm not actually sure where I picked this up. In one of the raids of some sort. Just has a damage shield. Nothing fancy. Another Snowfoot. Couple of them here, it looks like. Yeah, these are Mirgles, Greaves, Risen Souls. I think these are actually pre-Omens of War. I'm not wearing them. Actually, I think they're plain of time, to be honest. It's right click. Pyro Crewer. Pyro Crewer. However you pronounce it. Just a nice little clicky I've held on to. As you can see down here, it doesn't do even half of the damage in Nightfire, but it stacks with everything. Here you can see Gift of Mana. Proc. This is the short-term buff window or your spell window that pops up in. And that is Gift of Mana right here. Grants your spells a 10% chance to trigger. Reduces the mana cost of your next spell to 1 point for 18 seconds. Which is really nice. Whenever that pops, I usually end up using either a live tap or a nuke, or more mana intensive dots, such as Ancient Curse of Mori. I have not done the level 69 and 70 spell arcs in Depths of Dark Hollow, so I don't have Dreadpire yet, which is tragic, but that's how it rolls. Grunk the Wicked. Interesting. I wonder if we can grab him solo right here. Yeah. Looks like we did. Never say no to a lame. Grip of Mori. The reason I am using Grip of Mori instead of, say, a Poison Dot. Number one, Grip of Mori is very long lasting, so when you're dealing with healers and things. Second reason is one of these, this one I believe, increases damage of disease-based spells by 60%. So that actually does a good chunk of damage. Interesting. A heal sword. Probably just use that for tribute, but there's quite a little bit of fun alt loot or tribute loot up here that you can get. We got 3 here, so I'm going to go ahead and pop my breastplate. That's what it does, increases your damage. Damage of your duration damage for a short time. Makes your dots hit harder. Gan is dying here. Can't have that. Healers, it's always healers. Nice gift of mana proc. Another one back to back. Very nice. Don't say no to that. Alright. Healer and a mystic. Fantastic. In case of emergencies, I do have celestial elixir pots that I can pop. Like I said, I've also got my shadow orbs. Those are Dragons of Norrath spells. I showed you earlier. You cast those, it gives you a little thing that heals for. Let's see, it heals for 1265 here. So not terrible. Especially if you're getting chain nuked by mystics and healers. You'll see occasionally my pet is not attacking. I do keep him on Greater Hold all the time. Not only is it a requirement of the guild for raids and such, but it just allows you greater control. And I'd rather have that greater control than having him run off to who knows where and pulling ads. So while this is recording, this is also live streaming, which is why there won't be any cuts or anything. So if you get bored, feel free to skip ahead. Probably won't miss anything. We're just taking our sweet time, getting all the way up to the top here, killing all the snowflakes in our path. Got 5 more after this. And I think there's only 2 or 3 up at the top, so we'll have to come back down anyway. I was asked once, while I'm low on mana, why I continue to life tap and things like that. And it goes back to a thing I was told by the first necromancer I ever knew in EverQuest. I don't even remember his name. It's back on the Tholux Pales server, and he said, you know, it doesn't matter how much greens or blue stuff you have, because when you run out of red stuff, you're still dead. So I thought that was an interesting thought, and you know, he's absolutely right. If you run out of red stuff and you have full blue stuff, you're still dead. This tree branch ornament here that I'm using actually came from a GM event during last summer, I think, or spring. A warg mount. The hat is Nolane's Life Reaper Circlet. It's a mummy head ornament. I think it comes out during Halloween. The rest of the gear is McDaniel's. It gives me a little bit of a tribal look going on here. Just waiting for a little bit of mana. For those of you who are watching this on YouTube afterwards, Twitch is twitch.tv/Fethos, Fethos. Should probably go in and change my dashboard and title stuff, because last time I was streaming, I was starting a fresh rogue on Ragefire. And I'm not doing that anymore. We are doing Dragons of Norrath progression tier 3 solo necromancer level 70. I don't go live very often, but if you want to go ahead and subscribe, you'll know when I do. If you want to see something in particular, some of the raids, some of the strats we use for the raids, if you're on a progression server that's not quite at this level yet, or a raid leader and want to know some of the strats that are coming up, let me know. I can live stream that for you or make a video. If you've got any requests of other videos that you'd like done. More than happy to do that. The reason I make these is mostly because there is a vast lack of resources I have found um, for some of this middle content. There's a lot of resources available for the new content and a lot for the old content, but a lot of this middle content is kind of left by the wayside. And another question I get asked a lot is, do I box? And the answer to that question is sometimes. I don't like to box. That's why I play a Necromancer, because I do like to do things on my own, solo. I would prefer that over boxing, but on Lockjaw right now, the population's pretty low, and you can't really get a whole lot done by yourself sometimes, so forced to box. Healers, healers everywhere. Where to start? I'm gonna get that Drake. Let's get a little bit more mana just to be safe here. So it looks like a 3-pull regardless of where we go. 1, 2 will probably pull a Drake, or go over here. There's 1, 2, and an Ascent. So these Ascent laborers do not count. That has to be the Snowfoot Goblins. So I usually use this Metamorph Totem. This was a free gift. Summer Merc Glider, so I'm imagining it was during the summer that I got it. This Gemstone of Dark Flame comes somewhere from Omens of War, I think. Get around for the Tiny Companion, click on it. It's nice. In fact, the the reason I got it to begin with is it was a pet focus. I have since upgraded. Let's see. There's my pet focus. This is a Depths of Dark Hollow piece. I need some new wogs. Okay. We're alright on mana. Let's go ahead and Antagonizer Mystic is probably going to want to be our focus here. An interesting tool I picked up recently is a Will Sapper. And I will use this on occasion when pulling large groups. It procs a slow. So I'll just turn auto attack on and then do everything else like normal. And if I'm lucky, we'll get some of these slowed. so they don't hurt quite so much. Probably just try to burn down this Mystic here since he's kind of kicking my butt. And we never got him slowed. That is okay. Show you the icon to use as a little spell effect if we ever get him to go off. Got some little dots that fly around. Makes a little bing sound. It's pretty easy to see when it goes off. If it'll proc for me, usually it goes off all the time. So it's a little strange that it's not here. Healer over here. Let's burn him down. Alright, well there's the slow there. I missed when it went off, but energy sap is what it's called. Is the Will Sapper proc. Always with the healers. Now an ad. So that little dots that just went off, that was the Will Sapper proc. This guy has a lot of mana. This is the priest that's healing him. Very might well be. It's around this point that I start getting irritated. Alright, that was was obnoxious. I have a lot of crap in my inventory. Let's see if we can pull this guy solo. Save us some trouble on the next pull. Too far away. So I do use a circlet of shadow. There is an AA out at this point that does something very similar. I don't even know what it's called because there's no point for me to get it. It's an instant cast invis. There it is. Cloak of Shadows. Getting 12 AEs. It's basically a Circlet of Shadow. But if your server doesn't have Circlet of Shadow, here's the difference. So the Circlet of Shadow is the pre-nerf. It's instant cast, or 0.1. You can cast it while running, and it is fast enough that if you're next to a mob that you can feign death, get up and click it without aggroing it. There's Circlet of Shadows with an S. Let's see if we can find one here. Oh, just the pre-nerf one. 75,000 plat. But Circlet of Shadows with an S, if I were to go down and farm one now, that's the one it would be. It would have a cast time on it. Alright, let's go ahead and get these two. as well use this. Won't be used for anything else. What did I get? One corpse? It's funny. Alright, well, we're at 9 to 10. See if I can invis down and get the last one here without getting too many ads or having to feign death because I'm out of mana. We're pulling Watchers, Guardians. These do see invis, so I was trying to go up the little hill there. Kind of obnoxious, but at least they don't heal. Yeah. That Pather that just ran down, so we can't kill him before he gets back. Nope, didn't make it. That is unfortunate, because he's a healer. Wonder. Never actually used Fear Storm. Did not work on him. Alright, well, that is Dragons of Norrath Progression, Tier 3, Part 2. So we're going to go ahead and stop this here. Hope that was helpful. Again, go ahead and subscribe, comment, see me on Twitch, whatever you like. If you don't want to, then don't. Doesn't bother me. I don't get any money from it anyway. Take care.